Hello dear friends, welcome back. We are discussing about the muscles of the forearm, right? We have started discussion about the muscles of the upper limb. So in that we have reached up to the muscles of the forearm, and then we discussed about the muscles of the anterior compartment, which were the flexors and the extensors, right? The superficial and the deep muscles. Now in this lecture we are starting with the muscles of posterior compartment of the forearm, right? Muscles of the posterior compartment of forearm. And that, as we know that our forearm posterior compartment is also divided into a superficial muscles of the posterior compartment and into the deep muscles of the posterior compartment of the forearm, right? Now first we will discuss about the muscles of the superficial compartment, superficial layer or superficial compartment of the posterior compartment of the forearm. Let's begin. The first muscle there is the extensor carpi ulnaris. Extensor means it will cause the extension. Carpi means it will come towards the carpal bones, and ulnaris means it comes in the way of ulna, right? So it's a muscle of forearm. The extensor carpi ulnaris is an elongated fusiform muscle. This is the extensor carpi ulnaris. You can see this one, right? Okay. The extensor carpi ulnaris is an elongated fusiform muscle located in the posterior compartment of the forearm, right? This is the muscle of posterior compartment of the forearm. It arises from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, posterior border of ulna, right? It gets its origin from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and posterior border of ulna, and it inserts into the base of the fifth bone of metacarpal bone, right? In the base of the fifth metacarpal bone, first, second, third, fourth, and this is fifth metacarpal bone. What is its action? At the wrist joint, it causes hand extension and abduction. Look carefully. Whenever it will contract, it will cause your this finger, right, this one, to go back, right? So this is the extension and this is the abduction, right? Extension and abduction, like this, extension and abduction, extension and abduction. So this movement is performed by this flexor, extensor carpi ulnaris muscle, right? And then what is its blood supply? It is supplied with the radial recurrent artery, posterior interosseous artery, right? And then it is innervated by posterior interosseous nerve, which comes from C7 and C8 nerves, right? So in this image you can find all of these important points that I have written. So superficial muscles of the posterior compartment of the forearm, the first muscle is the extensor carpi ulnaris that we discussed right now. In the next lecture we will discuss another muscle, that is extensor digiti minimi. See you guys there.